DogWorks Radio is sponsored by Alaska Dog Works. Check out their website at alaskadogworks.com.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by First Paw Coffee Company, specializing in private label premium blend coffee. If you're serious about coffee, you should check it out. First Paw Coffee's passion is high-quality, small batch roasted coffee. They take the extra time to taste and get everything perfect before they release new blends. They aim to bring you a cup of happiness each time you pour yourself some coffee. Find out more at ak.dog/free and enter for a chance to win some First Paw Coffee prizes, a book from our collection, and tote bag. One winner will be selected at random each month. That's ak.dog/free.
2020 certainly has redefined the term cabin fever. Not only are we experiencing unprecedented situations, imagine for a moment what your dog is thinking. In the beginning, I'm sure your canine buddy was ecstatic, going on walks every hour on the hour and receiving extra treats and belly rubs has been just perfect. But now we're 9 months into this new normal post-lockdown life and still has everyone unsure, including the dogs. So what can we do to keep not only ourselves, but our canine buddies well through these abnormal times and through the melancholy months ahead? Today, we are going to give you a bunch of tips and tricks on how to eliminate some of these cabin fever blues with your dog. And if you stick around till the end, you can learn all about the giant Schnauzer. They are one of our favorite working breeds to train. Oh, and by the way, did you know that there will be a dog in the White House again? President-elect Joe Biden and his wife have 2 German Shepherds, Champ and Major. How cool is that? If you want to learn more about presidential dogs, let us know in the comments and we will do a show on the topic soon.
From First Paw Media, sponsored by Alaska Dog Works Professional Canine Training Center in Anchorage, Alaska. This is DogWorks Radio, committed to families and their dogs to build lifelong and fulfilling relationships. Visit our website at dogworksradio.com. Now, here are your hosts, Robert and Michele Forto.
Hello and welcome to DogWorks Radio. This is Michele Forto and I am the lead trainer of Alaska Dog Works. On today's show, I'm going to tell you about some cabin fever relievers that will not only get you and your dog having some fun, but I'm sure there will be shenanigans afoot. Let's get started. So one thing I like to do with my dogs is have a game of hide and seek with a toy. With snow also comes great hiding spots. Play hide and seek with your dog in the winter. It is fun to hide the ball, rope, or chew toy in the snow and then send him out to go find it. By hiding the toy under the snow, it will stimulate your dog's mind through his olfactory senses, which is smelling. After doing this a few times, your dog will be ready to head indoors for some cuddling by the fireplace. Now, just to be sure, this may encourage your dog to do a little bit of digging. It also may include the opportunity for you to teach your dog some new tips and tricks by naming the toy before he goes to find it. Here's another bonus tip. When playing outdoors with your dog in the winter, keep in mind the temperature. If the temperature is below freezing, staying outdoors too long can be harmful for your dog's paws, especially for those dogs that are not outdoors very often or for extended periods of time. Instead, keep your activities outside short, long enough to get play in, but not too long that your dog begins to suffer from the cold. It is also important to keep in mind the breed of your dog. If your dog has short fur, he will probably begin to shiver much quicker than breeds with long, thick coats. Watch for any signs of pain or discomfort in your dog, lifting paws, whimpering, or tail between the legs. I will mention one other thing for dogs here in Alaska. Acclimating them to temperature is a good idea because most dogs like to spend at least a half an hour when they go outside to use the restroom, exploring the yard, and smelling about. So if you acclimate your dog to the temperature by allowing him to stay outside for a half hour to 45 minutes to even an hour as the days get colder and the light gets shorter, it will help your dog be able to play outside with you for at least an hour, even possibly 2 hours, which is usually ample time for you both to get in some of that exercise. Here's another fun game to play with your dog: sledding. Most of the time, your dog just wants to spend time with you. Let him participate in your own winter activities and bring him along when you go to the sledding hill. If you trust your dog to be off leash, let him chase you down the hill or carry him along for the ride. This can be a lot of fun for the whole family and is the perfect way to get outdoors and burn some energy. However, if your dog is a biter or a nipper, it might be a good idea not to encourage that type of behavior by chasing you on a sled as he's trying to nip at you. So be mindful of the games you choose to play with your dog that I'm mentioning on the show today. All right, let's talk about the next game. Play ball. There is nothing wrong with going to your local dog park or playing fetch in the backyard. Playing fetch is a great way to burn some energy and bond with your dog. Select a toy that will be easily located amongst the snow, bright colors, or large enough. Or even in Alaska, I would recommend that you use one of those balls that you can light up or that has reflective tape or something on it. Keep your ball playing session shorter as your dog will be working his muscles hard and they can become stiff from being in the cold too long. Bundle up because there's nothing wrong with a good game of fetch. Also, you guys, here is a tip on the fetching balls. I was at the Lowe's the other day doing one of our field trips, and I saw a really cool ball that they had for sale there for your dog. And it had an LED light inside. And so when you clicked the ball, it would light up, and it would fit perfectly in one of those chuck it throwing sticks. And you could enhance your playtime with your dog in the darkness and in the snow here in Alaska. I bet it would be a lot of fun to see that on a short video. Okay, let's talk about ski joring. Have you ever heard of it? Well, if you know what skiing is and you have a dog, you're all set. Ski joring is when you attach yourself to your dog, a dog that loves to run, and go cross-country skiing. This is especially fun for dogs who are strong, so larger breeds, and are trained well enough to obey commands like stop and turn. It is crucial, however, that you have the correct harnesses for your dog, as you do not want to put pressure on the back or joints. You also want to ensure that your dog is strong enough to pull you from a dead stop. You can assist them by moving yourself at the beginning until you get going fast enough. Purchase your dog a pair of boots with traction so that they do not slip in the snow, so that your dog's feet are protected when in contact with ice and snow. Here's a bonus tip. The cold can be hard on your dog's joints, and his paws and legs are in direct contact with the snow. Once you are finished with your outside activity, give your dog's legs and paws a massage. Gently squeezing and making circular motions on his legs will help to bring the blood back into the joints. This is especially important if your dog struggles with joint pain, in which case do not attempt ski joring, as cold air can cause more pain. Give your dog a comfortable place to lie down when back inside, and do what you can to get him warm once again. For prevention, you can use natural supplements that will help with joint pain that is chronic. Another tip for ski joring, this is something that we here at Alaska Dog Works can assist you with learning how to do with your dog. It's part of our adventure sports that we offer through our Alaska Dog Works website. You can go check that out. If you can't find the information about adventure sport training, let me know in the comments for this show, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Walking or hiking or even snowshoeing. Are you the outdoorsy type who likes to trek to the mountains during the cold months? One fun thing you can do with your dog in the winter is bring them along. Your dog will love to run around smelling things and just being out of the house. As always, keep an eye on the temperature. If it is extremely cold and below freezing, it might be better to do some indoor activities. Otherwise, having booties or even a sweater to help keep your dog warm on your adventures. Here's a bonus tip. If you are walking with your dog within your city or town, once you are home, wipe off your dog's paws. The salt and gravel used on roads and sidewalks to reduce ice can get stuck on the bottom of your dog's feet. You want to make sure that they do not lick these chemicals, so wiping your dog's paws after a walk is best. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a short break here, and you can learn all about First Paw Coffee.
So earlier you learned about First Paw Coffee Company, and now I'm going to tell you about its Tail Wagger Blend. First Paw Coffee Company's Tail Wagger Blend is their first offering, and its name and label were crowdsourced from their Facebook fans. How cool is that? The Tail Wagger Blend is a private label premium blend that was developed just for them. It is a medium roast from Colombian beans with tastes of Brazil nuts, grapefruit, and oak. Be sure to go to ak.dog/free and enter to win a bunch of cool prizes. That's ak.dog/free.
All right, you guys, doesn't a nice hot cup of coffee sound good? I mean, we've been outside with our dogs all day. So I'm going to talk to you guys about something that my kids used to love to do with their Malamute Toby, and that is building a snow maze. It's no secret that dogs love to explore, so letting them roam free and sniff around in the snow is the perfect way to change up their usual outdoor routine and let them experience the full joy of a snow day. A fun way to entertain your fur baby this winter is a game that is easy to set up and requires little to no equipment. Simply shovel or trample a path for your pup and make the exploring extra enticing by hiding treats throughout the maze. My kids used to hide not only treats, but some of Toby's favorite toys as well. It's a lot of fun, and you can also get out there and do some artwork in your maze with some food coloring in spray bottles. It's a lot of fun to do that. All right, here's another one that my kids also like to do with our dogs. That's doing an obstacle course. If you're looking to upgrade your dog's snow maze to something more challenging, consider an obstacle course as the perfect winter activity for your furry friend. A snow obstacle course is a stimulating game your dog can play, as it requires him to be more agile when he deals with the snow pathways, arches, tunnels, and barricades. As you challenge your pup, be sure to monitor him throughout the obstacle course to make sure he stays safe and doesn't get stuck in the snow. All right, here's a good one. Practice your training. Cold, wet days are great to practice your training skills. Getting your dog thinking can be just as tiring as a romp at the park. If your dog has mastered the basics, such as sit, down, stay, etc., you can chain them together so that your dog has to do more for his reward. Don't get too crazy at first. Start with 2 or 3 commands and build up. For example, do some puppy push-ups, asking your dog to sit or lay down and sit again for a treat. All right, you guys, I will be right back. And when I come back, we're going to learn all about that giant Schnauzer.
We're living in uncertain times. If there is one thing we can be thankful for, that is the recent pet adoption boom. Shelters are being cleared out, and that means you may not know much about your new best friend. Alaska Dogworks virtual and on-site classes are the best way for you to build a lasting bond and learn about your pup, new or old. From setting up a proper routine to learning the commands and much more, Alaska Dogworks provides you with the resources to develop your dog into one of the best. Right now, Alaska Dogworks has an exclusive offer just for our listeners. Go to alaskadogworks.com now and use promo code DOGWORKS and save 20% off your training program at the time of your booking. Visit alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS to save 20% today. That's alaskadogworks.com and use promo code DOGWORKS at the time of booking.
All right, you guys, let's learn all about that giant Schnauzer. The giant Schnauzer is a larger and more powerful version of the standard Schnauzer, and he should, as the breed standard says, be a bold and valiant figure of a dog. Great intelligence and loyalty make him a stellar worker and companion. A well-bred giant Schnauzer closely resembles the standard Schnauzer, only bigger. As their name suggests, giants are imposing. A male might stand as high as 27.5 inches at the shoulder and weigh 95 pounds. The muscular, substantial body is, as the breed's fanciers put it, a bold and valiant figure of a dog. The double coat is either solid black or pepper and salt. Familiar characteristics of the mini, standard, and giant are a harsh beard and eyebrows, accentuating a keen, sagacious expression. The giant Schnauzer was developed in the Bavarian Alps sometime in the mid-1800s. These rugged working dogs, bred up from the standard Schnauzer, were used to drive cattle from farm to market. They also served as formidable guard dogs for farmers, merchants, and innkeepers. After railroads rendered cattle drives obsolete, giants found work as European police and military canines. In America, giants gained renown as eye-catching show dogs, obedience champions, and courageous guardians of home and family. Here are some quick facts. They are loyal, alert, and trainable. The AKC breed popularity ranks them 78 out of 196. The height is 25.5 to 27.5 inches for males, 23.5 to 24.5 inches for females. The males weigh in around 60 to 85 pounds, while the females weigh in between 55 and 75 pounds. They have a life expectancy of 12 to 15 years, and they are classified in the working group. The giant Schnauzer should resemble, as nearly as possible in general appearance, a larger and more powerful version of the standard Schnauzer. On the whole, a bold and valiant figure of a dog, robust, strongly built, nearly square in proportion of body length to height at withers, active, sturdy, and well-muscled. Temperament which combines spirit and alertness with intelligence and reliability. Composed, watchful, courageous, easily trained, deeply loyal to family, playful, amiable in repose, and a commanding figure when aroused. The sound, reliable temperament, rugged build, and dense, weather-resistant, wiry coat make for one of the most useful, powerful, and enduring working breeds. The giant Schnauzer should be fed a high-quality diet appropriate for the dog's age and activity level. Treats can be an important aid in training, but giving too many can cause obesity. Learn about which human foods are safe for dogs and which are not. Check with your vet if you have any concerns about your dog's weight or diet. The giant Schnauzer has a dense, wiry, weather-resistant double coat consisting of a soft undercoat and a harsh outer coat. The giant must be brushed weekly and clipped or stripped regularly to maintain a healthy and attractive coat. The owner should be prepared to spend time maintaining the coat or plan to have the dog periodically groomed by the breeder or someone whom the breeder recommends. The giant's ears should be checked regularly for signs of infection, and the teeth should be brushed often using a toothpaste formulated for dogs. More energetic and up-tempo than most big breeds, giants need lots of exercise. Long daily walks, play sessions with another dog, or romps in the yard with their owners will do nicely. Giants are great workout companions for people who run, bicycle, hike, cross-country ski, swim, or ski jor. All of these activities require a very active partnership with the owner. The giant needs companionship, either in the form of a human he can play with or another large dog. Finding games he will enjoy, such as hide and seek or tennis ball chase, will exercise both mind and body and help keep him fit and happy. Extremely intelligent and strongly territorial, the giant Schnauzer loves his owners and feels great responsibility to protect them. He learns quickly and can distinguish between friend and foe. Giants want to be with their owners and cannot abide being ignored or left in the yard. A giant Schnauzer needs to have a job, even something as simple as chasing a ball. The giant is a high-energy, protective, territorial guard dog, says one prominent breed fancier. The breed is not for the casual owner. Giants do best with fenced-in running room, regular exercise, and activities that provide mental and physical exercise. They enjoy and excel in dog sports such as carting, herding, agility, coursing ability tests, and obedience. Early socialization and puppy training classes are a must with this strong, protective breed. Want to learn how to train your giant Schnauzer to be one of the best trained dogs? Follow us on our social channels. Just search DogWorks Radio. Did you know that DogWorks Radio is much more than a podcast? We are a full-service dog training center here in Alaska, and we work with clients not only up here in the Great White North, but also around the world. As always, check out our website at alaskadogworks.com, and please be sure to tell your family and friends about our podcast. The best thing you can do to help us out is just share our show on social media. See you next time.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by First Paw Coffee Company. Learn more at firstpaw.coffee.
From First Paw Media, this is DogWorks Radio. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we invite you to subscribe in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find a link on the episode notes. You can tap or swipe on the episode cover art, and you'll see some offers from our sponsors. You can support our show by supporting them. If you like what you have heard, we would love it if you could give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe too. Your hosts are Robert and Michele Forto. Our producer is Robert Forto and created for First Paw Media. Did you know that Alaska DogWorks trains service dogs for those in need throughout North America? Each and every service dog that is trained through the Lead Dog Service Dog Program and Michele Forto and her team has an individual training plan. We train for autistic, mobility, psychiatric, and PTSD for our soldiers for service work. If you know of someone that may need a service dog, please take a moment and check out Alaska DogWorks on social media and at alaskadogworks.com.